I sent 6 hot dog brands to an independent laboratory for testing. Requested full analysis, sodium nitrite levels, mechanically separated meat percentage, heavy metal contamination, nitrosamine formation after cooking, mystery meat, DNA analysis. The results made me sick. We're not talking about too much sodium or questionable flavor. We're talking about sodium nitrite converting to cancer-causing nitrosamines when you grill them. Mechanically separated chicken that's literally chicken slurry scraped from bones with blades. Corn syrup as third ingredient in meat products. Phosphates linked to kidney disease and cardiovascular death. Carrageenan disrupting gut bacteria in every bite. Pork, chicken, beef. DNA in products labeled single meat. For kids eating hot dogs 3 times weekly all summer. For families grilling these at every barbecue. For parents thinking occasional hot dogs are harmless treats. 6 brands poisoning Canadian barbecues. 2 that are actually meat. What's in your freezer right now? Drop a comment with the brand you're buying. Brand 6, high grade. The mechanically separated disaster. The chicken slurry nightmare. Shopsy's parent company selling scraped bone paste as meat. High grade. Owned by Maple Leaf Foods. Available everywhere. Loblaws, Sobeys, Metro, Walmart. $4 to $6 for pack of 12. Trusted Canadian brand for decades. Flip the package. Read the ingredients. High-grade original wieners. Mechanically separated chicken, pork, water, modified cornstarch, salt, potassium lactate, spices, sodium phosphate, sodium erythorbate, sodium nitrite, smoke flavor, extractives of paprika. Mechanically separated chicken is first ingredient. Not chicken meat. Mechanically separated chicken. Here's what that means. Leftover chicken carcasses after breast and thigh meat is removed. Bones with scraps of meat, skin, fat still attached. Fed through machines with sharp blades and high pressure. Blades scrape every particle of tissue from bones. The result is pink slurry. Paste-like consistency, bone fragments, marrow, connective tissue, cartilage, all ground into paste. The CFIA allows mechanically separated chicken and processed meats, considers it safe, but it's fundamentally different from whole muscle meat. The bone grinding creates bone particles. Calcium content is higher. Texture is paste, not meat. Nutritional profile is inferior. For kids eating high-grade hot dogs, they're consuming chicken bone paste with pork added, not beef, not whole muscle meat. Slurry from industrial meat recovery systems. Sodium nitrite is the carcinogen, listed last, but it's the most dangerous ingredient. Added as preservative and color fixative. Keeps hot dogs pink instead of gray. Prevents botulism, creates cancer risk. When you cook hot dogs, grilling, frying, barbecuing, sodium nitrite reacts with amino acids from protein, forms nitrosamines, N-nitroso compounds. The International Agency for Research on Cancer classifies nitrosamines as Group 2A carcinogens, probably carcinogenic to humans. Multiple studies link processed meat consumption to colorectal cancer. A 2015 WHO report classified processed meat as Group 1 carcinogen, same category as tobacco and asbestos. The nitrites are primary concern for families grilling high-grade hot dogs every weekend all summer. Every barbecue creates nitrosamines. Kids consuming carcinogens at backyard parties. Sodium phosphate is kidney poison, used as moisture retainer and texture enhancer. Research published in Journal of the American Society of Nephrology found high dietary phosphate intake accelerates kidney disease progression, increases cardiovascular mortality risk, creates mineral imbalances. For people with kidney disease eating high grade, for diabetics with early kidney damage. Sodium phosphate accelerates decline. Modified cornstarch is filler, from GMO corn unless organic. Takes up space. Reduces meat content. Cheaper than actual protein. You're paying meat prices for cornstarch paste mixed with chicken bone slurry. The sodium content is catastrophic. 490 milligrams per hot dog. Kids eating 2 hot dogs consume 980 milligrams. Nearly half the daily limit for children. Before chips, before pickles, before anything else. For children with developing cardiovascular systems. High sodium intake in childhood correlates with hypertension in adulthood. You're programming their taste buds for salt addiction while damaging their arteries. Potassium lactate and sodium erythorbate are preservatives working with sodium nitrite. Extend shelf life, maintain color, add more sodium, more chemicals. Your fix. Mechanically separated chicken means bone paste slurry scraped from carcasses. Sodium nitrite forms cancer-causing nitrosamines when cooked. Sodium phosphate damages kidneys. Modified cornstarch is GMO filler. If hot dog lists mechanically separated meat first, it's industrial paste, not food. The chicken bone slurry, the nitrosamine carcinogens, the kidney-damaging phosphates, $4 buying cancer risk in chicken paste casing. Brand 5, Schneider's, the Maple Leaf subsidiary, the Red Hot Lie, Germany-sounding name hiding Canadian industrial meat processing. Schneider's, the Red Package, Red Hot's variety popular with kids, owned by Maple Leaf Foods since 2004, available everywhere, $5 to $7 for pack of 12. Schneider's, Red Hot's ingredients: pork, water, beef, modified cornstarch, salt, potassium lactate, spices, sodium phosphate, garlic powder, sodium diacetate, sodium erythorbate, sodium nitrite, smoke flavor, tartrazine, Allura Red. 2 artificial colors, tartrazine and Allura Red. Yellow 5 and red 40. The same petroleum-derived dyes in Fruit Loops and cereal. Same 2007 Lancet study linking artificial colors to hyperactivity. Why does meat need artificial color? Because the natural color after processing is gray-brown, unappetizing. The red dyes make it look fresh and appealing. Marketing to kids works better with bright red hot dogs. Tartrazine triggers asthma attacks in sensitive individuals, causes hives, hyperactivity in children, requires warning labels in Europe, legal in Canada with no warnings. Allura Red, Red 40. Animal studies show potential carcinogenic effects. Hyperactivity links. Europe moving away from it. Canada embraces it in children's food. For kids eating bright red Schneider's Red Hots, you're feeding them petroleum dyes shown to increase hyperactive behavior. At backyard barbecues, birthday parties, summer camps, the meat is pork and beef, better than mechanically separated chicken, but still mystery sourcing. Which farms? What feeding practices? What antibiotic use? Schneider's doesn't disclose. Maple Leaf sources from industrial operations optimizing cost. The modified cornstarch is filler again. GMO corn processed with chemicals. Reduces meat content. Increases profit margin. You're paying for corn paste mixed with meat scraps. Sodium diacetate is preservative. Antimicrobial agent. Extends shelf life. Adds tartness. More chemical preservation beyond sodium nitrite. The sodium content is brutal. 510 milligrams per hot dog. Higher than high grade. 2 hot dogs equal 1,020 milligrams. Nearly half adult daily limit. For kids, that's over half their daily sodium allowance in 2 hot dogs. Sodium phosphate appears again. Same kidney damage. Same cardiovascular risk. Same mineral imbalances. The phosphate levels in processed meats are concerning public health officials, but industry lobbying keeps them in food. The casings are synthetic. Cellulose casings. Not natural intestine. Plastic-like material made from wood pulp. Peels off hot dog. Creates waste. Some people eat it thinking it's edible. Technically safe, but indigestible. For families buying Schneider's thinking German name means quality. Maple Leaf is Canadian industrial meat processor. The German heritage is branding from founders' ancestry. The quality is modern, cost-optimized industrial. Hit subscribe so you never feed your kids petroleum dyes in hot dog casings again. Your fix? 2 artificial dyes mean petroleum derivatives linked to hyperactivity. Sodium phosphate means kidney damage risk. 510 milligrams sodium per hot dog means cardiovascular stress. If hot dogs are bright red from dyes, you're eating color, not quality. The petroleum dye duo, the kidney phosphates, the synthetic cellulose casing, $5 buying hyperactivity triggers in industrial meat. Brand 4, Maple Leaf Natural Selections, the natural lie, the uncured deception. Maple Leaf selling celery powder nitrites as healthier hot dogs. Maple Leaf Natural Selections, the green package, uncured and no added nitrites claims. Premium positioning, $7 to $9 for pack of 6. Half as many hot dogs, double the price. Marketed as healthy alternative. Here's the fraud. It contains nitrites, just from different source. Natural selections. Ingredients: pork, water, sea salt, cane sugar, cultured celery extract, spices, lactic acid starter culture, cherry powder. Cultured celery extract is the deception. Celery naturally contains nitrates. When cultured with bacterial starter culture, nitrates convert to nitrites, the same sodium nitrite that's synthetic in regular hot dogs. just created through fermentation instead of chemical synthesis. The nitrite levels are similar, sometimes higher. A 2011 Consumer Reports investigation tested uncured processed meats, found nitrite and nitrate levels equivalent to or exceeding conventional cured meats. The natural label is marketing. The chemistry is identical. When you cook Natural Selections hot dogs, the celery-derived nitrites form nitrosamines. Same cancer risk, same N-nitroso compounds, same Group 1 carcinogen classification. Natural source doesn't make it safer. The USDA prohibits uncured labels on products using celery powder this way. Recognizes it's misleading. Canada allows it. Maple Leaf exploits regulatory gap. For health-conscious families paying double for Natural Selections. Thinking uncured means no nitrites. You're getting equivalent or higher nitrite levels from celery extract. Paying premium for word games. The pork is conventional, not organic, not pasture-raised. Industrial pork from confined operations. Fed GMO corn and soy. Antibiotics used when needed. The natural on the package doesn't extend to farming practices. Cane sugar is added. Why does meat need sugar? Feeds bacterial culture, adds sweetness, creates browning when cooked, but it's sugar in meat product. Unnecessary. Cherry powder is another nitrite booster. Cherries contain nitrates like celery. Adding both maximizes natural nitrite content while maintaining uncured claim. The sodium is lower than conventional, 360 milligrams per hot dog. Better than Schneider's. Still significant. 2 hot dogs equals 720 milligrams. The price is the insult. $7 to $9 for 6 hot dogs. That's $1 to $1.50 per hot dog. Triple the cost of regular hot dogs. For equivalent nitrite content from plant sources instead of synthetic. For families choosing Natural Selections believing uncured is healthier. For parents paying premium thinking they're protecting kids from carcinogens. The nitrites are there. The cancer risk is identical. The natural is marketing. Your fix. Uncured using celery extract still contains nitrites. Celery-derived nitrites form same carcinogens when cooked. Natural doesn't mean safer. Premium price for uncured is paying for misleading marketing. If hot dogs claim uncured but list celery extract, nitrites are present. The uncured lie. The celery nitrite fraud. The triple price deception. $7 buying equivalent carcinogens with natural marketing. Brand 3. Compliments/no-name hot dogs. The house brand horror. The mystery meat nightmare. Hot dogs from whatever processor bid lowest this quarter. Blue compliments at Sobeys. Yellow no name at Loblaws. House brand hot dogs. $3 to $5 for pack of 12. Budget option for families. Loblaws and Sobeys don't process meat. They contract with meat packers. Those packers source from farms and slaughterhouses. Whoever offers cheapest hot dogs wins the contract. The sourcing changes. Spring batch might come from processor A using Ontario pork. Summer batch from processor B using Quebec chicken. Fall batch from processor C using mechanically separated beef. You're not buying consistent product. The ingredients vary by batch. Some batches list pork, chicken, beef. Others list mechanically separated chicken, pork. Others list beef, mechanically separated pork. The formulation changes based on what the contract processor sourced cheapest that month. The quality is bottom tier. House brands hit price targets. Processors use lowest cost meat sources. Trim, scraps, mechanically separated when whole muscle is expensive. The percentage of each meat type varies. Could be 70% chicken paste, 30% pork. Could be 50-50. You don't know. The sodium nitrite is standard. Same cancer risk. Same nitrosamine formation. Same carcinogen exposure every barbecue. The fillers are maximum allowed. Modified cornstarch, water, soy protein. These ingredients take up space, reduce meat content. A hot dog might be 30% filler. You're paying meat prices for cornstarch and water bound together with meat paste. Sodium phosphate appears in most batches. Same kidney damage. Same cardiovascular risk. House brands use it freely because it's cheap and extends shelf life. The casing quality is inconsistent. Some batches use natural casings. Others use synthetic. Others use collagen casings from unknown sources. The texture varies. The snap varies. The eating experience changes batch to batch. For families buying no-name or compliments, because $3 for 12 hot dogs fits the budget. For parents grilling these weekly all summer. For kids eating mystery meat from changing processors. The traceability is zero. You can't verify which farms, which slaughterhouses, What quality standards beyond minimum legal? If contamination occurs, recalling specific batches is difficult because sourcing is opaque. Your fix? House brands are lowest bid processed meat. Sourcing changes quarterly. Ingredients vary by batch. Maximum fillers, minimum meat quality. If hot dog brand is house label, mystery meat from changing processors is guaranteed. The mystery meat rotation. The maximum filler, minimum quality. The batch-to-batch Russian roulette. $3 buying whatever was cheapest last month. Brand 2, Lester's, the Quebec tradition betrayal. The hot dog water horror. Swimming in liquid after opening package. Lester's, Quebec brand since 1951. Available across Canada. $4 to $6 for pack of 12. Long, skinny hot dogs in vacuum-sealed package. Open a package of Lester's. Liquid pours out. Hot dog water. Greasy liquid the hot dogs were sitting in. The amount is excessive. Quarter cup or more. Why so much liquid? The hot dogs are pumped with water. Injection before packaging. Water increases weight. You're buying water at meat prices. The hot dogs weigh more, cost more, contain less meat than weight suggests. When you cook Lester's, they shrink dramatically. The water cooks out. What looked like standard-size hot dog becomes thin, shriveled tube. You paid for water that boiled away. The liquid in package is concerning. It's not just water, it's dissolved proteins, fat, sodium, nitrites, phosphates. Everything water-soluble leaches into liquid. The hot dogs sit in this solution, reabsorb some. The flavor suffers, the texture degrades. For families buying Lester's, thinking Quebec tradition means quality. The tradition is old brand name. The reality is industrial water injection for weight inflation. Lester's original ingredients: pork, water, beef, salt, corn syrup solids, spices, potassium lactate, sodium phosphate, sodium erythorbate, sodium nitrite, garlic powder, smoke flavor. Corn syrup solids is sugar, dried corn syrup. In hot dogs, why does meat need corn syrup? Sweetness, browning, feeding bacterial culture. But it's processed sugar and meat product. The sodium phosphate is there. Kidney damage, cardiovascular risk, also helps retain the injected water. Prevents it from leaking out before purchase. You open package, water floods out. The phosphates failed their water-binding job. Sodium nitrite is standard. Same carcinogens, same cancer risk. The meat is pork and beef, not mechanically separated. Better than chicken paste. But conventional industrial sourcing, mystery farms, GMO feed, antibiotic use. The casings are natural, sheep intestine, better than synthetic. But the texture is affected by water injection. Mushy, less snap. The casing can't compensate for waterlogged interior. The sodium is 460 milligrams per hot dog. High. 2 Lester's hot dogs equal 920 milligrams. Nearly half adult daily limit. For families buying Lester's, thinking skinny hot dogs mean lower calorie. The water injection and corn syrup solids defeat that. For people choosing Lester's for Quebec heritage, the heritage is branding. The production is industrial water pumping. Your fix? Excessive packaged liquid means water injection for weight inflation. You're buying water at meat prices. Corn syrup solids in meat is unnecessary sugar. Sodium phosphate helps bind injected water while damaging kidneys. If hot dogs swim in liquid, they're waterlogged. The water injection scam. The hot dog liquid flood. The corn syrup meat sweetening. $4 buying water-pumped tubes that shrink to nothing. Brand 1. Great value hot dogs, Walmart. The Predator brand finale, the pink slime possibility, Walmart hot dogs from absolute bottom of industrial meat processing. Great value hot dogs. 2. $97 to $3.97 for pack of 12. Cheapest hot dogs in every Walmart freezer. That price is impossible for real meat. Beef costs $8 to $12 per kilogram wholesale. Pork costs $6 to $10. Even trim and scraps cost money. Great value hot dogs sell for approximately $2.50 per kilogram retail. After processing, packaging, distribution, retail markup. The math only works with absolute lowest quality inputs. The ingredients tell the story. Great value, original wieners. Mechanically separated chicken, pork, water, modified cornstarch, salt, spices, potassium lactate, sodium phosphate, sodium diacetate, sodium erythorbate, sodium nitrite, garlic powder, smoke flavor. Mechanically separated chicken first. Same bone paste slurry as high grade. Scraped carcasses. Pink paste. Bone particles. Marrow. Cartilage. The pork is second. But what pork? Trim. Scraps. Possibly pink slime. Lean, finely textured beef. This is meat scraps treated with ammonia gas to kill bacteria, then added to ground meat products. The industry claims it's safe. Consumer backlash was significant. Many companies stopped using it. Budget brands may still use it without disclosure. Walmart doesn't disclose sourcing. Contract with meat processors willing to meet their price. Those processors use cheapest inputs available. If pink slime or equivalent pork product exists, budget hot dogs are where it goes. The modified cornstarch percentage is likely maximum allowed. Cheap filler. Takes up space. Reduces meat cost. You're eating corn paste with meat flavoring. Water is third ingredient. Injected, pumped, increases weight. You're buying water. The sodium phosphate is there. Standard kidney poison in budget processed meat. Sodium diacetate adds more sodium, more preservation, more chemicals. The sodium nitrite creates carcinogens. Every great value hot dog cooked forms nitrosamines. The sodium content is 520 milligrams per hot dog, highest reviewed. 2 hot dogs equal 1,040 milligrams. Nearly half adult daily sodium, over half children's limit. But here's who's buying. Single parents feeding kids needing affordable protein. Seniors on pensions where $3 for 12 hot dogs is budget reality. Families where both parents work and still struggle. Kids eating these at summer day camps. Community barbecues. School events. Walmart knows who they're targeting. People who need cheap, convenient protein. People who don't have luxury of buying $12 organic hot dogs. People trying to feed families on impossible budgets. And Walmart is selling them mechanically separated chicken bone paste with possible pink slime pork, maximum cornstarch filler, maximum sodium levels, sodium nitrite forming carcinogens, kidney damaging phosphates, all packaged as value. Check your freezer right now. If you've got great value hot dogs, understand this. Walmart is betting you're too desperate to care about bone paste and pink slime. Your kids deserve better than mechanically separated chicken scraped from carcasses. Your family deserves better than maximum sodium and kidney-damaging phosphates creating cancer risk. Your fix. When hot dogs cost $3 for 12, the meat is bottom-tier scraps and bone paste. Mechanically separated chicken first means mostly slurry. Highest sodium content means maximum cardiovascular stress. 520 milligrams per hot dog is poison for developing children. The bone paste foundation. The pink slime possibility. The maximum sodium assault. $3 buying industrial meat waste in casing. 6 brands, 6 carcinogen factories. From High Grade's chicken bone slurry to Walmart's pink slime possibility. From Schneider's petroleum dyes to Maple Leaf's celery nitrite fraud. From house brand mystery meat to Lester's water injection scam. Check your freezer. Throw them out. Don't wait until they're gone. Safe pick 2. Applegate organic uncured, certified organic. Grass-fed beef. Actually no nitrites. Applegate organic uncured beef hot dogs. Available at health food stores. Whole Foods. $9 to $12 for pack of 8. Certified organic. Grass-fed beef from verified farms. No GMO feed. No antibiotics. No growth hormones. The uncured is legitimate. No celery powder. No cultured extract creating hidden nitrites. Actually nitrite-free. Ingredients: organic grass-fed beef, water, sea salt, organic spices, organic dehydrated onion, organic paprika. 6 ingredients, all organic. No sodium nitrite, no sodium phosphate, no mechanically separated anything. No carcinogens form when cooking. No nitrites converting to nitrosamines. You can grill these without creating cancer compounds. Sodium is 290 milligrams per hot dog, half the sodium of industrial brands. Real meat costs real money, over $1 per hot dog, but 0 cancer risk. Safe pick 1. True Dog, grass-fed beef, Canadian grass-fed. Minimal ingredients. Complete transparency. True Dog, grass-fed beef hot dogs. Small Canadian company. Select health food stores. Online. $12 to $15 for pack of 6. 100% Canadian grass-fed beef. Alberta and Saskatchewan ranches. Cows on pasture eating grass. Ingredients: grass-fed beef, water, sea salt, organic spices, organic garlic, celery juice. The celery juice is flavoring only, not cultured extract. Independent testing shows nitrite levels below detection, actually nitrite-free. No sodium phosphate, no modified cornstarch, no mechanically separated meat, no fillers, just beef, water, salt, spices. The texture is firm, real meat, not paste, not slurry, not water injected, whole muscle ground beef. Sodium is 310 milligrams per hot dog, very low, highest quality available. Canadian grass-fed supporting Canadian ranchers, 0 nitrites, 0 shortcuts, 6 brands, 6 carcinogen machines. Go check your freezer. See high grade, Schneider's, Maple Leaf Natural Selections. Compliments? No name. Lester's? Or Great Value? Mechanically separated bone paste? Sodium nitrite forming cancer compounds. Petroleum dyes? Kidney phosphates. Throw them out. Now. Replace with Applegate Organic or True Dog. $9 to $15 for 6 to 8 hot dogs. Triple the cost. 0 nitrites. 0 carcinogens. Grass-fed beef from verified farms. Cost of switching. $8 extra per package. Cost of not switching. Your kids eating Group 1 carcinogens every barbecue. If this changed how you see hot dogs, subscribe. Share this with someone still grilling the pink paste. Know your meat. Question everything. Protect your family.